If you want to learn how to do hectic back bridges and gymnastics walkovers, then you need to watch this video. And the first thing you need to start with is Lee, or well, what Lee's doing. So go on a foam roller like that and warm your thoracic spine up. And we're going to show you the rest of what you need to do in just a minute. So you can see Lee's bending up and down over the foam roller, creating some good movement in the thoracic vertebra. So the next thing that you really want to do is familiarize yourself with hanging. Hanging is really important. It's going to open up your shoulders and get everything nice and comfortable. And you do want to, before you start doing a high bridge, you definitely want to have a level of thoracic and shoulder mobility that we're going to explain in just a minute. For a low bridge, you'll be okay without this, but I'll show you what I mean. This is a really good test to see if you've got the right shoulder mobility to be able to do a high bridge. So Lee's going to try and keep her lower back flat against the wall and bring her arms up nice and straight, and she wants to do that without the back arching. If your back has to arch for you to be able to get your hands against the wall like what Lee's doing there, then you really want to work on shoulder mobility first, and there's a couple of other videos we've got on our YouTube channel that you can learn all about that. So this is a really good way to get started with your bridge work with a low bridge, because it doesn't require nearly as much mobility as the high bridge. So Lee's going to lay down like this, she's going to push her body forward, and then she's just going to push up. So you can see here, her hips are relatively above the heels. She's driving through the balls of her feet to push her hips up into the air. Her head's off the ground, and the majority of weight's actually in her feet. So you can come down, Lee. We're just going to explain that entry again. So if you just watch how she gets into it, this is really important. So her feet come up here. Watch this first movement. Her knees are going to drive forward. See that? So the knees are almost on the ground and her arms aren't doing anything now. And then she brings her arms in next to the head and lifts up into the bridge there. Watch that a couple of times if you want to get your head around how to do it. And that's the low bridge. If you feel that you're going well with that low bridge and you want to move on into the high bridge, the next thing you want to do is warm up a little bit, and this is even a really good exercise just to get you into the high bridge. So Lee's going to do the wall bridge walk downs. And even come back a little bit, do a couple from there. So you can see she can get down into the ground there now into a bridge, and then walk back up nicely. Beautiful. So work on those. You won't be going as low as Lee when you're starting, but that way you can just come down a little bit, and then as you get better, you can progress going down into the high bridge. Next, Lee is going to do a feet elevated high bridge. So her feet are on an elevated position here. She goes into the high bridge there. And you can see this actually puts less pressure on the thoracic spine and on the shoulders because her feet are elevated, so it requires less mobility. So this is a really good one to work on once you nail those bridge wall walk downs. So just make sure your feet are elevated, keep your hands in close, and push up through the feet, push through your arms. And that's before we get into the full bridge. You want to give it a try, Lee? She didn't know she was going to be doing this before. I didn't really give her much of a chance to warm up, so we'll see how she goes. Okay, look at that. That is the true test of mobility. Someone that can go straight into a high bridge like that with very little warm up. Excellent, Lee. So when you do the high bridge like that, you're going to have to do one more because I'm still explaining it. So from here, you want to get your feet right in next to your bum, hands right next to the shoulders as close as you can. Drive through the heels at the same time, push up through the shoulders. When you're at the top, you want to try and lock those knees out so that the shoulders get over the hands, and that is a beautiful high bridge right there. Now here's a real test of mobility. We'll see if I can do this because I haven't done any warm-up at all. I was just sitting down at the desk for 2 hours. But I'm going to demonstrate for you guys how to do a feet elevated gymnastics walkover. So this is once you've really nailed your high bridge and you're doing it really well and you want to start moving into a walkover, the best way to do it is to start with your feet elevated. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you all the instructions now, so I'm not trying to explain things while I'm upside down. You're going to get your feet here, get your hands in as close to the point as possible, and then you're going to do like a 1, 2, 3 motion where you push your weight over the hands, 2, and then on the third one you're going to jump with your legs and then flick the first leg forward like you're trying to create a middle split, and then carry the momentum over. Okay. Ta-da!